Hi there folks, it's Matt Hayson in this week's Market Wrap. Well, are auctions back in vogue? As I bring up this graph here, we can see that the auction market only a matter of months ago bottomed out at a clearance rate at 40%, which is the lowest level Sydney has recorded in almost a decade. But what we're seeing right now is an improvement in buyer confidence, a willingness on the part of buyers to participate in auction, starting to see some consistency and rhythm with the clearance rate now sitting at 60%, if not higher. Now, two prime examples of some excellent auctions and this return to confidence in that auction market took place last Saturday, firstly at 40 Thames Street in Balmain. Now, don't let the condition of this property fool you. This was absolute prime blue chip real estate in the Balmain Peninsula, and it provided a wonderful opportunity for a buyer to either create a beautiful family home, or it also had a DA to create 2 new residences.
Third, final, all done. Is there any better offer above $3,150,000 before it sells? So, congratulations, sir. Well bought.
Now, we issued 50 contracts during the course of the campaign. I haven't seen that level of engagement for a very long time. Now, when it came down to the crunch, we had 11 bidders register at the auction. Now, through the course of the campaign, we had buyer feedback sitting between $2.5, maybe $2.6 million, but spirited bidding saw this property sale well past $3 million and selling $400,000 above the reserve. We then move across to 113 Brighton Street in Petersham for this beautiful Victorian home.
First, second at $1,980,000. Third, final, quickly, all done. Sold. Congratulations. Well bought.
Now, this property issued 15 contracts during the course of the campaign, 8 bidders registered at the auction, and the property had a guide at $1.8 million, now selling at $1.98 million, again, which really spirited bidding. That was $130,000 above the reserve. So no doubt the auction market is seeing a real resurgence. However, regardless of the strategy, when you do bring your home onto the market, in order to get the best outcome, you really do need to bring it on at a price point which engages the correct buyer pool. Now, looking at data which was released from CoreLogic this week, their 28-day rolling data on the Sydney property market, we can see a slight minor improvement in property prices of 0.1%. Now, that's only a minor percentage increase, but it does show that this market is certainly starting to curb from the downturn. In fact, Domain have come out during the week and forecasted that there could be modest price increases of between 3 and 5% moving into 2020 on the back of declining interest rates. Now, speaking of interest rates, the markets are factoring in another rate cut next month, coming down to 75 basis points. And you can see here on this graph, much of the markets are actually factoring in interest rates sitting potentially at 0.5% by the third quarter of 2020. Which leads us into this weekend, folks. I want to mention 2 outstanding homes that we've got on the market at the present time. The first one, 132 Louisa Road in Birchgrove. If you ever had an aspiration of being on the waterfront, this property is going to auction with a competitive guide at $5.3 million. No doubt it needs a little bit of work, but you could create your own waterfront masterpiece with this home for sure. Then 11 Clare Street in Rozelle, an outstanding residence positioned on almost 750 square metres of land, which is unheard of for the Rozelle market. 290 square metres of internal space going exclusively to our database over the weekend. So folks, that's all we've got time for. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you out and about. See you next week.